Don't raise your voice. Improve your argument. Change is inevitable. Progression is a choice. Don't hang on to your mistakes just because you spent a lot of time making them. Leave when a promise turns into a sorry. Your best teacher is your last mistake. You'll never be criticized by someone who is doing more than you. You'll always be criticized by someone doing less. A mistake repeated more than once is a decision. Sometimes you can make all the right choices and then have to sit there and watch them all crumble around you. You just have to pick up the pieces and keep moving. Be alone sometimes. It is important for your mind and well-being. Anger is the punishment we give ourselves for someone else's mistake. Mistakes do not attest to your character. Your reaction to them does that without you even trying. Ability can take you to the top, but it takes character to keep you there. Trust is built over the life of a relationship, but can be lost in an instant if you're not careful. If you don't fight for what you want, don't cry for what you lost. Set a goal so big that you can't achieve it until you grow into the person who can. Beware of people who are in your circle, but not in your corner. Life gives you lots of chances to screw up, which means you have just as many chances to get it right. The reason you want to be better than someone else is the reason why you aren't. Your progress does not need to be seen or validated by others to be real. Don't go through life, grow through life. We don't walk away to teach people a lesson. We walk away because we finally learned ours. Stop being considerate in situations where you aren't even considered. There are two ways to do things, right and again. If you are driven by fear, anger, or pride, nature will force you to compete. If you are guided by courage, awareness, tranquility, and peace, nature will serve you. If you have to keep asking yourself if something is worth it, then maybe it's not. A person must be old enough to recognize their mistakes, smart enough to benefit from them, and strong enough to correct them. Teach your heart to accept disappointments even from people you love. Once you mature, you realize that silence is more powerful than proving a point. Someday isn't even a real day, although for some people it's every day. A man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. Once a problem is solved, its simplicity is amazing. You can't really control someone's loyalty towards you. You can do so much for someone and still not be treated well. Believe half of what you see and don't believe anything you hear. Learn to be content and happy by yourself. If you need a company to be happy, then it will make you weak. Don't let emotions affect your life, no matter if those emotions are your own or someone else's. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. If you want to know who controls you, look at who you are not allowed to criticize. The start is what stops most people. Don't change yourself just to make someone happy unless that someone is you. Stop expecting others to give you more respect than the respect you give yourself. Whatever is causing you worry or pain right now won't cause you worry or pain forever. Things change with time and it will pass. Don't borrow anything you can't afford to replace. Actions prove who someone is. Words just prove who they pretend to be. You can't change other people, and it's rude to try. Chasing a person doesn't give you value or build value in you. You earn your value by chasing morality and practicing dignity. If you blame it on someone else, don't expect it to get better. Forgiving doesn't make the person who hurt you feel better. It makes you feel better. Sometimes the right path is not the easiest one. Knowledge is not free. You have to pay attention. Only the disciplined ones in life are free. If you are undisciplined, you are a slave to your moods and your passions. Lessons in life will be repeated until they are learned. Just because the boat rocks doesn't mean it's time to jump overboard. Say no more than you wish to have said. Do no less than what you wish to have done. Sometimes which choice you make is not as important as making a choice and committing to it. Don't let the noise of other people's opinions drown your inner voice. Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. Live in reality as it is, not as you wish it was. Don't do anything you feel you'd have to lie about later. You don't really know the person you're with until you move in together. Never marry anyone without living with them first. Every person alive hits a crossroads in life when you have to let go of the past and forge ahead into something new. The only sad thing would be clinging to the past once it's out of reach. A broken heart is just the growing pains necessary so that you can love more completely when the real thing comes along. When you make a commitment, you build hope. When you keep it, you build trust. People treating you poorly is a reflection on them, not you. Do not listen with the intent to reply, but with the intent to understand. Be the person you needed when you were younger. The answer is always no, until you ask. Don't make decisions when you're angry. Don't make promises when you're happy. Today is the tomorrow you talked about yesterday. No matter how good a person you are, you will always be bad in someone's story. You don't ever truly know another person. Unless you can take up residence in their head, you'll never be privy to their true nature. If you need more than one hand to count your best friends, you're not a great best friend. No one ever got tired of loving. They get tired of waiting, hearing lies, assuming, saying sorry, and hurting. Some talk to you in their free time, and some free their time to talk to you. Learn the difference. If you don't overcome your tendency to give up easily, your life will lead to nothing. Privacy is power. What people don't know, they can't ruin. Don't spend your life dreaming about what could have been in another place or under different circumstances. Instead, invest your energy in what is right in front of you. The world owes you nothing. It's too big and has too much going on to care about you. Not everyone is going to understand your journey. Not everyone is going to believe in what you believe in. You are on your own path, so never change who you are. Sometimes the strongest among us are the ones who smile through silent pain, cry behind closed doors, and fight battles nobody knows about. Maybe your path is harder because your calling is higher. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end.